Do I need an ARC attorney for my custody case? Hi, I'm Bill Farias, founder of Farias Family Law. This is a question I got a couple of weeks ago. I had a lady come and see me. She is contemplating a modification on custody, and she has an older child. The child wants to live full-time with her. And so the lady's question is, does my child need an ARC attorney? First of all, an ARC attorney is an attorney representing children, ARC. And these attorneys can either be assigned by the court sua sponte, meaning sometimes the judge will just assign an ARC attorney without the request from either party, or it can be pursuant to a request from either or both parties. And what I want to talk to you about is when it makes sense to have an ARC attorney involved in a case. So sometimes people have trouble figuring out the difference between ARC attorneys and GALs. So the best way to think about it is a GAL, a guardian ad litem, is usually an attorney, but that person is in the role of investigating and usually creating a report for the judge, sometimes with recommendations on the issue of custody or psychology or both. Whereas an ARC attorney is really just an individual, an attorney who is representing the interests of the child and essentially being the voice of the child. So as the title suggests, the attorney is actually representing the child. So usually what this attorney does is the attorney represents what the child wants, what the child prefers, what the child's feelings are on a certain issue. And this is really important because family law judges do not want children and do not allow children to come into court and testify for the most part. And so when we need the voice of a child, when we need to hear from a child, an ARC attorney is an option. Now, children will also be interviewed by a guardian ad litem. And so you will have in many guardian ad litem reports, especially if it's age appropriate, the child's statements, preferences, and this sometimes happens in family service / probation investigations also. So that's a branch of the court, and sometimes they do work similar to a GAL where they do some investigations and they can interview the child also. So that is also a mechanism for having the child heard, so to speak, but the preferred way is through an ARC attorney, because that attorney is actually going into court in most cases and representing to the judge, hey judge, this is what my client would like. These are my client's thoughts on this. And so when that is a good fit, and typically that happens with older children, because judges tend to weigh the preferences of older children more, usually at about age 14 up. So when the child is about that age, it can make sense to ask for an ARC attorney to be appointed so that the ARC attorney can represent the preferences and interests of that child. So does it make sense to get an ARC attorney involved? First of all, it depends on what the child is going to say or what you think the child is going to say. If what the child is going to say is in line with what you are seeking, and obviously it's in the best interest of the child, that's important. The court's not going to do it if it's not in the best interest of the child. But if that's what you're looking for, to have the child's voice sort of injected into the proceeding, get the child's preferences and wishes as part of the proceeding, then you can ask the court to appoint an ARC attorney. If you have any other questions about ARC attorneys or proceedings involving children generally, you can call us 508-675-0464. You can email us at info@fariasfamilylaw.com. If you found this video helpful, you can subscribe to our channel, share it with anyone you think might benefit from it, and you can also find us on social media at Farias Family Law. Thank you. Have a good day.